So I think we are live now. If you can confirm that you can hear me in the chat box, that would be great. If anyone can confirm that I am audible. Okay, great. So hello, my name is Mandar Jayendra Patki, and I have secured All India rank of 22 in UPSC Civil Services Examination 2019, and I have allocated the Indian Administrative Service, and that too in Maharashtra cadre. So today I will be sharing my strategy regarding how to prepare, or what should be the comprehensive plan for those who are just starting the preparation, and what should be the ideal 1 year plan. This video is in context that I have done my engineering up till May 2018, and from that I have started my full-fledged preparation for UPSC 2019. So I had a 1 year plan, and there are many aspirants who generally adopt this strategy of taking 1 year gap, or there are aspirants who try to give their attempt in while preparing from their last year of their graduation. So this lecture is mainly focused on that. First thing that you need to know about 1 year strategy, that you must have the plan. Having the plan is the best thing that you can do, and plan should be on the two levels. One is the macro plan, wherein you decide the targets for your month. Like if I am starting my preparation from May 2021, then my target should be up till January 2022 my GS portion as well as my optional for mains portion, that should be covered, and I should be in a position to start the prelims preparation. So that should be the ideal strategy, and that is the micro plan. And then you can decide that yes, I have to finish my mains syllabus up till January. Then what should be my monthly targets? In month of May, this subject should be covered, and this chapters of the subject should be covered. So that level of planning is definitely required. And second level of planning is the micro plan, wherein you plan your weeks and you plan your days. Let's say you have taken polity, economics and geography for a month of May. Then you can decide that I will do polity and let's say geography on this week, and in these days my focus will be on the polity, and these days my focus will be on the geography. So that should be the micro planning, that you know that what is your daily target and you are in a position to achieve that. So I think these two aspects are very important. Then there are things that some people follow the subject wise strategy, wherein they continue only one subject for 3 or 4 days, and then they complete the certain syllabus or complete certain book, and then they start the next subject. So that is the first strategy. And there is second strategy, that you decide that 2 subjects have to be done in this week, and I will allocate the half of the day to this chapter, half of the day to the another subject. So these are both the strategies. I usually for GS of mains, I usually did my subject wise preparation, because that gave me a continuity to just finish certain syllabus, and that definitely gives you a confidence that I have done a significant portion and I am in a position to answer basic questions in this area. So I think subject wise strategy can be adopted. Then you can divide the subject by the weeks, as I told in the micro planning. Then one planning should be that your test, or the test which you are writing while preparing for the mains, they should be on the Saturday in such a way that on the Saturdays in the morning portion you can revise the whole week, and then you can take a test and you can evaluate the test performance on the Sunday. So I guess this will be an ideal weekly plan. Please feel free to modify as per your demands, as per your needs. I am just telling a skeleton which I followed. Then one strategy should be that if the prelims is in June, so if I am starting my preparation on the May of previous year, then my ideal strategy should be up till May, up till January I will complete my GS4 portion, I will complete my essay portion as well as my optional portion. My optional was anthropology. So I decided that up till mid January I will complete all this portion, and from that I started my preliminary preparation. So that can be adopted. Especially I will advise the aspirants who are taking their first attempt to at least dedicate 4 months of preparation for preliminary examination, because it is becoming challenging and dynamic year by year. So better to be prepared for that examination, because if you cannot crack the prelims, then whole 1 year cycle of UPSC gets waste. So please give sufficient time for prelims. Now up till January I decided that I will start my optional from September month, because in the initial portion you need to read a lot of basic books of GS, such that M. Lakshmikant is there, then there is Spectrum for history, then there is GC Leong for geography. For economics there are some certain notes like Sriram IS notes. So I used that and I completed all the standard books which are required for the GS syllabus. After August I started my optional subject, and in a day I used to give around 70% of my time to the optional subject. Optional is one of the main portion of UPSC, but it decides your rank, it decides your service also. So please do optional very seriously. I will advise that up to 4 months, September, October, November, December, you can make this months you can focus on the optional subject and try to make notes of that optional subject. That will really help you a lot when you are revising your optional from prelims to mains. So that should be the target. Up till August you have covered all the basic standard books of GS portion. Then in month of September, October, November, you can take out the notes by like let's say you can give 3 hours daily for GS mains portion, and you can just prepare the notes on the topics which are very related to mains only, like governance topic is there, largely international relation is there, then most of the GS3, economics, agriculture, land reforms, or disaster management, then internal security, the topics which are not really in the preliminary examination, you can just prepare the notes of them, as well as the GS4 portion. Your target should be that in the month of January I should be very well versed with my ethics paper. So you need to read the content for the theoretical portion, as well as you need to solve the case studies which are asked in UPSC examination. So that practice should be there, as well as the notes for GS4 portion also should be ready. There are 2 subjects particularly the GS1, wherein the history, geography and society portion is there. Though society is a very small portion and it can be covered up in the months of August, September or October, the history and geography you can definitely integrate them with the preliminary examination. So from the month of February, March, April, May, you can prepare the content for history and geography combinedly for prelims and mains, because most of the questions are same. Just the format changes, that in preliminary examination we have to answer the MCQs based on geography and history, and in the mains examination analytical answer is required. So that is the basic idea about how to prepare the subjects. One of the main point is how should we approach the answer writing in this. So I will advise the aspirants those who are just starting their preparation, that please do not write answers from very first day of your examination, because sometimes you don't have any content on writing any answers, you don't have any experience, so you just write something which is not very relevant to the question, then you refer your answer with the model answer, and you generally get discouraged. So optimum level of content is definitely required before starting the answer writing. So I will advise the aspirants, the first timers who are watching this video, that please start answer writing after 1.5 months or 2 months from your preparation. So if I have started my preparation in May 2021, then I will start my answer writing from let's say July end, because up till then I will have some sufficient content on GS portion of the mains, and I will be in a position to write something about the question which is relevant. So that should be the agenda. While you are starting the answer writing practice, please make sure that you are focusing on the structuring of answer, because there is certain way in which we answer the subjects. For GS 1, 2, 3, it is introduction, body and conclusion. The 3 contents are very important. The conclusion should be an optimistic conclusion, and the introduction should be maybe a factual introduction, or maybe in politic question we can write the articles, or we can give any current context, any news which is happening, or we can just define the term given in the question. So this type of introductions, then body which is relevant to the question which is asked, and the conclusion is the main format. In that format you should practice the answer writing. So you will get a sufficient 4 or 5 months timing of answer writing, and that is very sufficient time to develop a good answer writing skill. So that will be my advice on answer writing. Please again I will say focus on the structuring as well as the evaluation part. Evaluation part is very important. You are writing the answers and you should be in a position to self evaluate the answer. that I don't think this introduction is not up to the mark, it should have been a certain other way, or you can refer the topper's answer keys which are available on the internet, because that also plays a very important role, that how the topper has written an answer, how he has introduced the question, or how he has written the body, whether they are sub bullet points, whether they are in paragraph format, what should be the flow of the answer, and what is in the conclusion, or is the way forward written on the answers. So that all the criteria you can evaluate from the topper's answer key, that also forms a very good guide. Or you can refer to the model answers which are given by the coaching institute, so that also will be a very good guide for you to evaluate your answer with. But in the end, self evaluation is the key. So that will be my advice. Now coming to the current affairs portion, because many of the candidates are very particular about that, and they find it difficult to read the newspapers daily and make the notes, or majority of their time goes into this, like 5 to 6 hours. So if you are starting the current affairs, like you have started the reading newspaper just now, then it's okay to take 4 months in initial 2 months, because that we do not have an idea what to read from the newspaper. We are very new in our preparation, so we do not have the idea what questions can be asked from the current affairs. So that generally takes a time, but after 2 months you should be in a position to just read the newspaper in 2 hours and make a notes in half an hour. So that should be the ideal time. Now what to read in newspaper? So the answer is given in the UPSC syllabus itself. Like for the main syllabus, there are some bullet points which UPSC has mentioned, so you just have to keep that in mind, and just while reading the articles, you can just relate that points with the GS syllabus, and that will do. So that should be the approach of reading newspaper, and eventually after 2-3 months your time will be reduced to 2 and 2.5 hours. So that should be there. Now how to take out the notes of newspaper? My advice will be to segregate the notes according to prelims and mains. If you are like, let's say if there is an article on Indian farming and how to modernize Indian farming, so that topic is related to farming portion of GS3. So I can just make one folder of GS3 in any app. I used Evernote app. So in that I made GS3, then in that sub heading of agriculture, and in that UPSC syllabus point I had written, and just to add any notes I use that Evernote app. So that can be a very good strategy, because digital notes are anytime handy. You can just control F and find any of the notes, as well as they are very good to look like if you want to erase something, then you can easily erase that. So I will definitely advise you to follow the digital notes, but it's okay if you are not very handy with the applications or with the devices, then you can make the offline notes. Just make sure that you have a sufficient space in the paragraphs where you can just stuck out some portion and add the new information which is there in current affairs. So that should be the strategy. Now along with the newspaper, you should supplement the current affairs with the monthly magazines or yearly magazines which are given by the various coaching institute, because there are certain chances that we can miss some news that can be covered up in that magazines. So I will advise to just take this monthly or yearly magazines and just make a very short notes about that. So that should be the strategy for current affairs. Now for the preliminary examination, as I have said, from February to June you can just prepare for your prelims. You can start with very basic subjects like polity, economics, and you can try to answer the MCQs based on this question. Then I used to follow the two pattern format, in which I decided that on the Saturday, if I have to take subject wise test series of, let's say, economics, so I will read the economics in the week, and I used to answer the questions based on economics on Saturday, and I will evaluate my let's say performance, and I used to rectify the performance, like these are the weak areas, I need to read that again. These are the very strong areas, I can just revise them again. So this type of testing, and then evaluation of that test, then taking out what are the remedies for our mistakes or for such shortcomings, that should be there, and you should always work in this loop cycle. So I think that is also there. Then for preliminary examination, mocks play a very important role. So there should be a strategy that up till, let's say, April or March end, I will give the subject wise mock, and from that I will start the comprehensive mock. So you should be in a position at the start of April that your all subjects are at least read once. So please make a plan about that, and from April you can start a comprehensive test, and from this point you need to revise multiple subjects in a day, because your mindset should be in a format that you should be ready to answer the questions about each and every topic in a 2-hour format. So you need to prepare your mind for that. So start revising multiple subjects in a day from April, and that will do for preliminary examination. Now very important bottom lines of this lecture are: firstly, try to complete the notes of your optional as well as GS4 from up till the month of, I will say, January itself, because that will definitely come handy while you are in a time zone between your prelims and your mains, because that time frame is very short, 2.5 months or 3 months, and that is not very sufficient to just take out the notes, then revise them, then solve the answer writing or test series. So you should plan these things beforehand. Then the notes of some parts of GS2 and 3, that should be ready with you, because this portion is not repeated in the preliminary examination. So just we just lost touch of these topics like governance, then agriculture, internal security, and we tend to forget what we read when we are in the time zone between prelims and mains examination. So I think that should be there. As I have said, the GS1 notes, history and geography, can be prepared along with the prelims, so that can be done. And so that was the basic planning and strategy for 1 year. After your preliminary examination, you should devote 50% time to your GS as well as your optional subject. You should just value add your optional notes which you have prepared until the January of the month of the year. And for GS portion, you need to start writing the answer, the test series, and you should be in a position to just complete the paper in 3 hours format. So that is very much required. So you should, that was the ideal skeleton which I followed. There is one thing: if you are following some other strategy, if you are a working aspirant, you are not getting this 8 or 10 hours of study span in a day, then definitely you need to modify this strategy along with your needs. So that will be all. If there are some questions in the chat, I can take that now, and we can call this session up. Okay, selection of optional, as I have said, it depends upon various factors, whether the resources are available in your area, whether you are interested in the optional subject, whether the optional subject has a static portion or a dynamic portion, or whether any local guidance is available, any mentor is there. So that all factors can be considered, and also scoring factor is there, whether option is performing good in UPSC, so that also should be checked. So I think these are the factors which can be considered. How to boost a prelim score? I think practicing is the main key, because for preliminary examination, your technique also matters along with your knowledge. So that technique or logics or tricks can be built up while you are solving the mock papers. So I think that can be done while you are solving the preliminary test, as well as analysis of prelims papers is also important. You should be in a position that these questions I am getting wrong, like my polity is weak or my geography is weak, and you should increase the weightage of that subject while you are studying. So that should be the loop, like the testing loop and the study. You should integrate your planning along with your the test which are there, and you should generate the feedback and work upon that feedback. How to check our day answer writing practices? I think self-evaluation is the key, but if you are writing from some online platform, you can just put your answer there, and your peers can evaluate. Or if you are studying in a library, just make a group of 4 or 5 people, and they can evaluate each other's answers. So this can be the strategy which can be used, but according to me, the self-evaluation is the best evaluation. So refer some model answer. If you are finding appropriate that this answer is good and I should make some changes in my answers, then go for it, and just make sure that you are not repeating the same mistake again. So that will be the strategy. How to read NCERT books? So as I have said, NCERT forms the foundation of your preparation. So just glance through the NCERTs, gain a conceptual clarity, especially in the subjects like economics, geography, polity, where concepts are also very important. So that conceptual clarity can be taken from the NCERTs. So that will be my advice for NCERT book. when did you started your UPSC preparation? So I had done my engineering in May 2018, and from third year of my engineering I started NCERT books, and I completed all of my NCERT books when I was graduating. Hence up till May 2018 I have completed all my NCERT books, and from there I started my standard books, and that is the exact plan which I have narrated to you in the whole video. And that was basically my idea, that to finish January the optional and GS portion in January, and to start the preliminary portion, and to do it until May end and to June. So that was basic skeleton of my preparation. Is 6 to 12 NCERT compulsory? It depends upon the your, I will say, the aptitude in the subject. Like I was very like I found geography very difficult, so I read from 6th to 12th standard. Then I was very good with the polity, so I started from the 8th standard itself. So it depends upon your aptitude in the subject. You can decide for yourself. So I guess questions are repeating. So this was it for today's lecture. I guess you may find it suitable to modify certain points of your preparation. Just make this skeleton which I have given according to your needs as well as your level of preparation. That will be my advice. And if any queries, any questions you have, you can always reach out to me. And that is it for today. All the best. Thank you.